And
push it?
Going. Yes. It's pushed. Welcome back, everyone, once again to this week's podcast, which this week will be brought to you by 23 years of spice and my newest comfy content blanket.
Okay. 23?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
23, 22, give or take.
Okay. This week's podcast is also brought to you by Bestiality and Shark Week, I guess.
Oh, God. I am your host, Madison.
I'm your other host, Jesse James. Welcome to our Conversational Leftist Mukbang. It's that time to really look at politics and let go and let Joe, because we got that we got that cool infrastructure bill cancellation shit. We got everything going on. I think like a day or two ago he said what's the fucking article? He said to quote unquote progressives that he was open to means testing for bringing down the price on everything. So that's great too. We'll just exclude as many people as possible. So
feels so good to be riding for Biden.
Riding for Biden. We're Joe vibing. We're letting go and letting Joe. We're just all up in this cool
Whoa!
new era. It's the new Biden deal. Fuck me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a week. Well, it's been 2 weeks since we've done a podcast, right?
Yeah.
Ish. Yeah. Time is not real, but I think they found the Zodiac killer today.
What?
Yeah.
No. Hold on. This is part of the mukbang. Let me get this entire bottle of $4 wine out. Get this open.
Oh
So,
shit! Wait, I'm very jealous of that.
yeah, I bet. Tell me about the Zodiac killer.
I don't know a whole lot. I just read the headlines because that's how you gain information and know the whole story. So it's just some guy who already died. He died in I think like 2018. His name is Gary, and
Okay.
they think he's the guy. I guess what's circulating around Twitter that's like kind of funny is that there are like 4 screenshots of Gary with just some guy who is his friend who keeps posting like, here's me with Gary, Zodiac killer, question mark, and it's like multiple posts where he's like, my friend Gary, who might be the Zodiac killer, and he's just vibing with the Zodiac killer, I guess.
What?
I
This is challenging news. Hey, Kurt, this has a cork. I don't know why it's $4.
I don't fix this.
Thank you.
Okay, I need to de-sweater because I'm sweating a lot already.
Yeah, I took the lazy I need to cut my hair tonight route and just didn't do anything with it, and I'm already warm, so that's gonna go really good later on.
Are you just raw dogging this thing, or do you want an inappropriate vessel?
Yes, I'm raw dogging the wine.
Okay.
I don't need a cup.
That's the answer. So you've got wine. I have an interesting cocktail of things. I've been, as you know, mentally not great. So
no, what I understood is that you've been mentally super
spicy.
You've
had
been
a very spicy mental week.
Yeah. Thank you for putting your pinky out.
Yeah.
Fancy.
Oh, that's cheap.
I really appreciate this energy because I feel like you're right there with me.
Yep.
Good. Glad to know we're both doing very well. My snacks today include this lovely PBR, which is half finished. This iced coffee because
I've got some cold coffee as well.
You got it. It's a pumpkin spice flavored coffee.
Mine instead of creamer, I've got like walnut rice stuff. It's actually real good.
Like walnut rice milk?
Yeah.
Oh, I like rice milk. I've always liked that. Of course, as always, my van.
Okay.
And I might be graduating soon to the 6s because I've been having a time. I have some water because I should drink water, I guess, sometimes. And the thing I'm most excited about, a client of mine sent me.
Oh, fuck! I am very jealous. Yeah.
Some very nice tequila, and it's fucking good. It's fucking good tequila.
Is there any chance that still exists in, like 10 days?
Yeah.
Because I'm probably gonna be there in about 10 days. Surprise.
Okay, good, cool. Yes, it'll still exist in 10 days, and I would like you to try it. It's like aggressively smooth. It's a problem.
We don't have a problem with tequila. I actually had this weird fucking dream where like the two of us went to Alaska, got COVID, and like I think there was like a lot of mushrooms or something going on. I think we died in the dream.
I had a very similar fever dream also. Yeah. Weird.
Interesting.
Weird.
Challenging stuff.
Yeah. Very challenging. So, this is my spread of things. I've had a real weird couple of days where I don't think I've ever mentally experienced this feeling before more than I have in the past week.
That's always a fun thing to start up with.
Yeah, it's a new one, and I'm having a time with it. Like feeling not real. Like
oh, I know that one.
Very like dream-like state. Everything feels kind of just like I don't know what. It's very weird. This has not happened to me before. Also, I got a tattoo. At Treeport, a new one.
Oh, cool.
It's a little paper airplane.
That's a cool. That's a cool tattoo.
I like it. Yeah, it was from just the flash that they had like a deal for $80, like a flash or something. So that's what I got.
I've been making a few things that are all things that are like, man, that would make a good tattoo. I'm looking at a future of having a lot of little tattoos around, I think.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm working on too.
I'm working on a specific dog or two that may be tattoo worthy in the near future. And maybe another animal that might be tattoo worthy, but I'll see how that turns out.
Yeah, I need to. I've wanted for a long time. I've talked about getting a spicy tattoo, which I mean we'll get into it later, but is now more relevant. Yeah. But I haven't like come up with the right way to do it yet. So.
Well, I'll send you the thing I'm working on. See if that is inspiring at all. It's dumb, but you know.
I mean, that's within the realm of spicy tattoos. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a little more mukbang. I don't want to cut you off here. I do want to tell me the flavor profile, please.
Very nice.
That's
Great
all.
Success.
Very Borat.
Very Borat. painfully easy to drink. This is a very, very, very good tequila. It's,
Yeah.
The tequila brand is Casa Maestri. I don't know anything about that brand, but if anyone's wondering. Maestri? Maestri? It's Maestri.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think they're going for a maybe a word I don't know in Spanish, but I think they're going for a like maestry kind of thing, like a mastery kind of thing. Anyway, that I could be totally wrong. I have a couple other things. I have the last bit of this, which is just terrible. It is spiderweb cotton candy. It is sour apple flavor. It is about a week old, and it's like, it's still fluffy, but it's almost like wet on the inside, and I hate that. I also have Flavor Mill presents baby back rib chips, so I'll be trying those out. Yeah, that's the face, and I might be busting them to help with what I was getting help with. So I mentioned Shark Week, which is definitely recent and definitely current. But what if there was a Shark Week TV dinner, maybe the epitome of just sad trash that I have ever seen. Not only that, but it is buffalo-style chicken mac and cheese. And it's got this on it for Shark Week. There is no microwave here, so it was prepared via stovetop and put back into the dish. Thank you. So I'll try it raw first. Yeah, it tastes like bad macaroni cheese that somebody put some buffalo seasoning on. But as was suggested to me, maybe it would help to add a little topping.
Ooh, some texture.
So maybe we got a little. Ugh, these chips are weird. They're like. Oh boy. So maybe we get a little baby back ribs on top of our buffalo style chicken macaroni and cheese in chip form. Have some.
Yeah.
Dinner is served. Wow. Okay, well that's I wouldn't suggest this.
What's the profile on those chips? Is it more of a barbecue or is there a meat flavor? Because that's what I'm dreading.
Yeah, there's a meat flavor in there. Yeah. So this is, even though this is chicken and beef, this is sort of a surf and turf appeal, is what I'm saying. Shark Week, baby!
Chicken is kind of the tuna of land?
Tuna of the land, that's what they call it.
Tuna of the land.
Unless you're getting it from Subway.
I was going to say.
And then it's the anything but chicken of the sea of the land.
Anything but chicken of the sea of the land. Yep. I think we might have named the episode.
Yowza. Okay, so this is not a common thing. I don't want to do this, but I have to. I have a correction from our last episode. I mean, to be fair, I have a lot of corrections from our last episode.
To be fair, I don't remember a lot of it.
Oh boy, don't rewatch it. I was in the room while some of it was being watched, and it was... I'm not, like, too squeamish around my own voice, but... Oh, man. We're, like, forgetting things mid-sentence, and part of that, it's not good. But... There's something I remember a lot of it. And one thing I do remember very succinctly is I made a statement about the dolphin woman on Sexy Beasts and the idea that this was like seemed like a revenge plot by the producers to have her date the worst people on earth. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember when other people said that to me. That didn't happen. You're the one who said it. I don't know why I had it in my head that somebody else said it. I'm sorry I took that important nugget away from your contribution.
Oh, that's okay. That's fine.
I felt like it was very astute to the situation, and I should have given the credit where it was due, is what I'm saying.
I would never have known that if you didn't tell it to me just now, so it's fine.
But other
Water
people
under the bridge, most of that, especially the second upload. That's water under a bridge so far, it's gone forever. I will never remember that.
That was water under a bridge I don't feel like I was ever actually on top of. Yep.
That's one. I can't watch that. And
No, don't watch it. That's for the super fans. I cannot. Yeah, you want to know what I remember of the second video of the last podcast? Waking up, you were already asleep, and there was a guy describing like Dark Souls bosses on the computer in front of us and being like, "Oh shit, it's 4 a.m. I better make sure that Madison eats pizza, or she might die."
That is accurate to the situation, because I remember the pizza, and I remember telling you the next morning, "Thank you for making me eat the pizza, because if I didn't have that, I might be dead right now."
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it was rough. But we
great.
did it.
Yeah, we did it.
Good time.
I'm sure that's the last stupid podcast we'll make. Anyway, God, so something that we never talked about when we did our last podcast is black white. Somehow we passed over that entirely. So I have now spread that brain disease to several other people, and all of them have had to quit partway into the start and be like, I can't do this yet. So I feel like we're uniquely capable of that kind of stuff. Though that video of me watching it is rough.
I think a good way to get people to dip their toes in it is to show them the music video. Yeah. That, what's his name? Why am I forgetting the guy? Ice Cube.
Yeah.
The music video for the race card song.
Which is obviously what the show should have been called. I don't know why it wasn't.
I don't know, because black period, white period just doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
No.
And race card makes a lot more sense and is much more catchy, I feel like.
I think they should have called it Race Swap.
They should have.
Anyway.
They might have gotten sued if they did that.
Yeah. So I just want to set this up with a very simple premise of in like 2006, Ice Cube was like, I want to produce a thing for TV, I guess. And
correction, he's like, I wanted to solve racism. That's what he set out to do. And in many ways, did.
It did solve racism. You know, I actually experienced a lot of racism on my way from Rhodesia to South Africa. So I think I think first off,
deep cut for no one.
That's literally a joke for no one. You're the one who brought this to me. I think you should be the one to explain the premise, because like I couldn't fucking believe it, and I thought I knew what kind of garbage there was on TV most of the time, but I didn't fucking know about this.
Yeah, so I mean, this is pretty aggressive garbage. And you saying that the name should be race swap is very, 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 very correct.
I mean,
so
this came out while I was in school, and I'm pretty sure Wife Swap was still on TV because I remember watching that with people in school. So like, seems legitimate.
Yeah, I think that's probably, if I had to guess, what they wanted to name it, and then they were like, Ice Cube, we can't do this because we'll get sued into oblivion. But so they did Black White instead. Anyway, oh no, it's starting. The the premise of the show is that you take one white family of three, dad, mom, daughter, and one black family of three, dad, mom, son, and then put them in really horrifically bad not special effects, but like makeup to try and make them look like the opposite race.
Right.
And it does a disservice to literally everyone in the show. Nobody is convincingly done up. It's not convincing at all. And the white family that they get, the dad's name is Bruno. I forget the mom and the daughter's name, but the dad is just racist.
He's terrible.
He's pretty like he's like, the white family actually is just a pretty regular ass liberal suburban family.
Yeah, but
based
like
on,
you can really feel the liberal in them.
You can really feel it because there's a lot of like, but my intentions are good, so me saying the N-word shouldn't matter kind of things that happen.
Yeah.
Especially with Bruno. Bruno really might have just signed up for the show to say the N-word, I think, is kind of what his MO was. The mom is weird. She has a very like, what is her deal? Like, trying to explain the mom. She has kind of like, not hippie, but just like a weird, how would you describe her?
Well, first off, I would describe them as this.
Okay, yeah, that's important. So this is the white family, obviously.
Yeah. So the mom of the white family is like, she believes that she has lived a good enough life and that she is curious, not racist, about everything. So she is the exact kind of person, which they show later on, who wants to like touch other races of people's hair to see what it's like and all that kind of shit. But she also at the same time is trying to like she doesn't understand the difference between appearing marginally to be a different race to see how people react to her, and the other side of it, which is trying to mimic another race in public just because you have blackface on, which is already like, none of it's good, but like there is a version of it that I could at least see, like, I don't know. It's kind of like, it would be better served if you just had like a internet set of icons and like names and stuff that made it seem like you were a different race and see how people react to you. But being in blackface and walking around is like the next rung up, and then the third rung up is where she is, where she's trying to like actually mimic what she thinks the insular single a black person is like, and that's the part that gets real rough. Like, she thinks that like it's obvious in the way she's acting. She thinks that there's a plethora of how white people are, but there is black people as like a singular thing, and she's trying to be that and trying to act like she's sympathetic to the whole idea while being in blackface.
Yeah, there's one specific moment that really showcases that I think it's in the first episode when they're doing they send the parents from the families in their makeup to like not a small group, but sort of like a weird. What? I'm
It's
losing
like
words already.
It's like a focus group.
Yeah, that's exactly what it. Yeah, like a focus group, and they're asking them questions about what it's like to be that race, or like asking white people questions about black people, basically. And Bruno goes into it and then starts just playing a full-on character caricature of what he thinks black people are like. And they ask, there are some kind of like situations where they set these parents up with each other and they like ask each other questions, and there's a lot of questions from the white family to the black family that are like, so like how do black people do this, or like how do black people react to this? And you're very right, they treat it very much like black people are just a weird monolith who all do the same things and have the same affectations, and it's painful to watch.
Well, and speaking of painful to watch, the daughter's situation, well, she is the most savable of the white family by far, even though she's, don't give her too much credit, but she's young-ish, so like there's that. I didn't get a great bead on what was happening. Is she like in like the last years of high school, or could you tell? Did they talk about that?
She seemed like she was either like a senior or like just out of high school kind of age, maybe.
So she's young. She's very much in the parents' house still, and so she's like savable. The really bummer thing is that her exploration into being in blackface is to go to slam poetry and just start being part of a group, which of course she is in blackface with almost exclusively, I think exclusively, black people.
Yeah.
Trying to do poetry, and her poetry is like the mayonnaise of poetry. Like it is like there's a boy at school I like. It has no rhythm. It's just really rough, and it's hard to watch.
Like try hard, sexual in a lot of ways, and it's And then she writes some poetry that's kind of about like race relations.
Yeah.
Also, there's one that's like, people talk about black and white and the spectrum, but all I see are shades of gray. And she tries to put into words like her experience, which I guess it's not good. But the worst part of her going to the slam poetry group is that she does so in blackface, essentially. Blackface, and then a few episodes in reveals to the group that she is white, but then continues to go in the blackface.
Yeah, like that's the hardest thing to swallow of that whole fucking show. Really, is the like, okay, episode like 3 or something at the end, she's like, and are you surprised I'm actually white? And it's like, no.
And everyone's like,
like she gets the one like big betrayal speech, but other than that, it's nothing. And then they go to a really terrible party at her house, and then they have the next episode, and she just shows up in blackface again at their poetry. Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
And doesn't she do it for like her big poetry read too? Like at the end of the series, there's a big event, like they all have to go do their slam poetry, and she shows up and she goes in blackface.
She's in front of a crowd, putting on just a minstrel show for everybody. It is rough.
Woo!
Weirdly enough, they ended that series early.
I don't know why they didn't get a second season. It doesn't make any sense. But that happens in like 3 different scenarios. Like these people, I think it's actually just the white family that does this. That goes and will like befriend a person, and then it's like, surprise, I'm actually white.
Yeah.
And then continue doing the blackface in front of that person.
Yeah. There's only one person that happens with in the black family, I think. No, because there's the group of kids that the son hangs out with that gets bad.
God, that part was...
Yeah. You want to see some white kids who sing The Weeknd at the Jump Building trying to interact with a black person that they had thought was white for a while. That's the show for you. It's real rough.
What fucking sucks about the kids part is, like, you can tell, like, as much as I hate to say it, that's a part that I severely would relate to. Just, like, white people saying dumb, or white kids saying dumb shit because they don't know, and they are just, like, really either sheltered or, like, closed-minded or, like, brainwashed by their parents, whatever it is. So these kids are saying all this, like, insanely racist shit at this poor boy who's just, like, get me out of this situation the whole time. And that part was hard to watch.
Do you think you would relate to that because of some of the places where you grew up, maybe?
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe?
I don't know. Well, okay, what's kind of mind-blowing is, like, isn't that show filmed in, like, LA or something? They're in California.
It was in, I can't remember now. It was in one of the, like...
it's a large California city, so, like, it's not... It seemed to me like these kids are... It's not like they haven't been exposed to, like, other races.
Yeah. It was in a Bay Area place. Certain. Yeah.
I think so. So, I mean, less of an excuse. Not that there is an excuse, but yeah, but yes, I do relate to that based on the great state of Idaho that I am inside of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that part, I think, just the kids part, viewing as like an older person or an adult, I think that part you can kind of like get something from.
You can have sympathy for that still.
You can have sympathy for that and like understand what's happening there. All of the parts with adults are just...
The parts that have the adults in it are like, I can't fucking believe this is happening.
Right. Because there's a lot of, like, bad racist shit happening, but I feel like none of it is really... Like, it's not helpful to show off, like, the racism if you're not going to explain anything. And to make, like, the black family try and explain all this shit to you is so uncool. I feel so bad for the dad of that family. That whole show is, like, trying to get Bruno to understand why the shit that he says is not cool and why he's racist. And he just, like, over and over keeps hitting a wall with this guy. He just cannot...
Well, and the thing that I think sort of, in a weird way, shows what the entire show is like, is that scene where it's Bruno and the other dad walking down the street. And Bruno says hi to, like, just some random lady walking down the street. She doesn't, like, I think she might glance up and be like, oh, hey, and, like, keeps walking. And then he turns to the other dad and is like, see, she looked me right in the eye, just like I was a white guy. It was just all confidence. Like, it's two people making a connection. Like, you know, that's what it's all about. You're not letting yourself open to this. And then in that same episode, I think they have the two of them with their car broken down in, like, a grocery store parking lot, and they stop, like, maybe not a single mother, but they stop a mom with, like, her, like, infant and, like, a small child or something, getting them into the car, and they're like, hey, could you help us jump our car? And her reaction is like, and they're both in, well, I almost said they're both in blackface. They're both black people at that point, and she looks up and she's like, I don't know. Like, I don't think they even show her say yes. They just show like, the next scene is her, like, hooking stuff up, but it's like she doesn't want to do it. And then they have a wrap up to that scene of Bruno telling him again, like, they were all happy to help. They all came and they, like, got our car running just like we were anybody else. Doesn't matter if I'm black or white or what. And it's like, yeah, like, there's no chance they were ever going to get through to him. But, like, that set of scenes, I think, shows perfectly the way that he's just a complete piece of shit. Like, he even says really at certain points, like, he says in one scene or multiple scenes, I don't remember, because I was in a fugue state and trying to kill myself from within. And he, as you do, and he's just like, doesn't matter. You know what? Watch it and feel the demonification of Bruno inside your own mind. It's rough.
Yeah, I think everyone should have to watch it.
Yeah,
I think that
should have to watch it.
Should be taught in schools.
You were explaining to me the way that your school did 6th and 7th grade. This should have been 8th grade.
It should have been. It should have. 8th grade is just a year-long study in the show Black, White. Yes.
Thank you, Ice Cube. You've done a lot of other bad things, but this one thing we're going to study extensively.
This is the one good thing you did. You solved racism. There were a few parts with, actually, I'm just now remembering, there were a few parts with the mom from the black family when she was in white makeup. That one part where she went to the bar and talked to, like, this just kind of racist Southern dude. I don't even, I think he was from the South. I can't super remember, but.
Yeah, there was, so 2 times that happened. One time it was a weird sort of Southern-y guy, and the other time it was a guy from that area who was telling her about, like, how the neighborhood.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that part was really interesting.
Yeah.
Because you know that some of the shit that he says to her, obviously he's not gonna say to her when she's black. So those parts, I think, are kind of,
they're interesting. In that, like, you can see that kind of racism just out in the world, but, like, it's really, like, stark when they just show it in, like, candid video like that.
Yeah. So it's a complicated work of art. Oh, and I want to mention
it's most complicated work of art.
It is very complicated.
Right. Yeah.
And the most important part of, not the most important part, so a very interesting factoid about the show is that it won an Emmy for makeup. So I just want everyone to keep that in mind as they watch the progression of these racist episodes, that you are viewing Emmy Award-winning blackface.
Emmy Award-winning blackface. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. There's no other thing to say about it. Emmy Award-winning blackface. Get in. Come on, loser. We're going to Emmy Award-winning blackface.
Is there anything more American?
No.
No. Really, really not. Thank you, Ice Cube.
Yeah.
For
Hold
the
on.
Emmy Award. Blackface.
Thank you, Ice Cube. That's good, Emmy Award-winning blackface.
You know. It hits different.
God. Yeah, sure.
What'll happen if I put another one of these in my mouth? We'll see.
I guess we'll see.
We'll see.
Hey.
This like combo tequila, iced coffee, zen is really just like, woo! I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm excited.
I appreciate that. If I see you starting to get to Tyler levels, I'm gonna start saying something. So.
Okay, please do.
Yeah.
Please do.
We don't want that.
Hey man, don't call my dog junkyard. How fucking dare you?
Garbage can,
Garbage
whatever.
truck.
Mm-hmm.
What was the name? Was the name junkyard?
Yeah.
And you called him garbage truck?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh my god, garbage truck.
It's not that different. Come on, man.
In many ways, garbage truck is more original than junkyard. I feel like I've met some junkyard dogs in my time. A garbage truck.
You could make a very definite argument that Taco is a junkyard dog.
I kind of regret not being able to have a Taco cameo in our previous episodes because that dog I have tried to explain to at least 3 people.
Just beautiful is what I would say.
I cannot, like, no matter what I say, some of the pictures I have really do capture the essence.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the one where he's like right in front of you. That one's very good. But I feel like I'm doing him injustice, no matter. Although I did tell the story about him getting taken away by an eagle.
An owl.
A couple of or an owl, yeah.
I mean, the fact that he got snatched by an owl, taken into the woods, and then stumbled back later, it says something.
Speaking of unkillable pets, my cat is dead.
All right.
Queen transitions.
Yeah. I only met Spicy on video. I wish I could have met him in person.
Yeah, this is I haven't actually rip Spicy.
Rip to a real one.
He was a real one. My cat, for anyone who's watching us who doesn't know, and I don't know anyone who would watch this who doesn't know who my cat is, but my cat Spicy, we got him when I was, I want to say 3 or 4, 2 or 3 or 4, one of those, and just passed away, I guess like yesterday. So, or not yesterday, well, technically yesterday. So, very, very old cat. He was like 22 or 23, something like that.
That's a nuts age for a cat.
In his 20s.
Yeah.
He was very, very old and he was looking at, but he passed away in his sleep. It was very, like, my mom, just for anyone who doesn't want, like, sad pet dying details, maybe, like, skip forward a few minutes. My mom, not you, this is for you.
Okay.
Feel my pain.
I'm here for it. Come on.
Well, so he was acting very normal up until the day that he passed away. So it was like very quick, which is good. That's all we ever really want for that to happen.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, same here. For anyone in my like Discord server who might be watching this, I know I haven't been in the voice chat for a long time, and I didn't want to just type into the server, "Hey y'all, my cat is dead," because my cat is in our server somewhat of an icon. Like, I've made emojis of my cat.
Yeah.
And we use them quite often. So I didn't want to just like bring down everybody's day yesterday in the server. I haven't been in the voice chat, but that's what's going on. R.I.P. the cat. He's dead now. I'm sorry.
That's... Wow. I like, I don't know. I feel like Spicy's personality came through even. First off, the fucking cat's name was Spicy. That's rough. That's like, that is a hero's name from the start. And to carry that for 23 years is a lot. But I feel like he lived up to it, because what I remember of Spicy is doing podcasts and having him come in and just be like, that lap belongs to me. And it's now happening. And that was like pretty much all the interactions. It was him groggily looking around and being like, I guess this is fine. And then him like demanding service now. And like, that's what you want from a cat named Spicy. And then to be a little greasy and a little bit like old manish, like that's what you want too. Because, I mean, come on. That's what you're working with.
Yeah, that he really lived up to his name, especially in his final years.
Yeah.
I will have to share some pictures of this at some point. I think maybe I didn't send these to you. My mom, so like in the last couple of years, he stopped being able to retract his claws, and so he would walk across the carpet.
That is
and
spicy.
just like, that is very spicy. He would walk and like stick to the carpet, and it would take him a long time to get across the room, because he would just be like, I can't move forward. So my mom got him these like plastic, or I don't know what they are, some sort of plastic or silicone material. She got him these like multicolor claws that you put on the claw, so it like shields it, it like covers it. And so upon passing away, he was looking very dapper with his multicolored claws. She got like rainbow ones.
All right.
Good.
Fucking Knives Out 24/7. That's a rough cat.
Yeah, he really was. Like the last couple of years when he would jump up, and this is the thing about Spicy is I kind of thought he was gonna live forever, because up until a day ago he was like jumping on shit and jumping across shit. Like he was not like an old arthritic cat. Like he was moving around and jumping and shit. And so he would jump up onto your lap, and you would have to kind of brace yourself, because he was going to claw your thighs.
Hell yeah.
It was going to be a rough landing. But she got those claws for him, and they looked very handsome.
I'm glad that he went out wearing some good drip, because that's like, also what I want for myself.
Yeah. He went out wearing some good drip, and also in kind of his entire life, but mostly in the last couple of years, really adopted this very spiteful old man mentality. And whenever I came to the house and visited, I think I've complained to you about this, he would piss in my suitcase.
Yeah.
Every fucking time.
That's an alpha move. He's on that grind set.
He was really, he had a mission. Like, he was on it every single time. I would come, and I am not a super organized person, as everyone who knows me knows, and so my clothes would be, like, in a pile or something, and, like, my suitcase would be open, and he would come, and he would piss on it, and then piss on my pile of clothes, just like an angry piss.
Yeah.
All the fucking time. And he started doing that more in the last, like, month or so, or a couple of months. I think my family's been complaining about him pissing on everything.
Well, he wants everybody to have something to remember him by.
It's very memorable. And
I do recall you drunkenly yelling, "He pisses on my piles," is, in my mind forever, what he does.
I feel like that sentence is very reflective of both the cat and me as people. Yeah. But, yes. He did that continually. He was very spiteful. I could never figure it was, but, like, specifically when I would come back and in my suitcase, he would find it wherever it was, and he would piss in it. Just angry piss everywhere. The other spiteful thing he did was that, like, I think a day or so before he passed away, my mom bought him a brand new cat bed because because he has, like, 2 spots in the house, or maybe 3 spots in the house that he likes, and they're all next to, like, heat sources because he's an old man and he needs his heat. So he likes sitting in front of the fireplace, which is fine, and then he likes sitting on top of heater vents. And one of the heater vents was in my mom's bathroom, and that's where his bed was, and she bought him a brand new bed, and then the next day, he died.
I can't imagine anything except him seeing that new bed and being like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah. Like, perfect. I've been waiting for this. Yeah, I really think that's what's happened. So, R.I.P. to a real one. I aspired to be as spiteful and crotchety in my old age as Spicy.
That's all I want. Yeah. For both of us, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The angry pissing, maybe. I might.
I'm just saying, if you come visit my place when I'm old, you might be leaving with a gift or two. And that gift might be piss soaked clothes.
Yes. Don't walk in my piles if you come over, because who knows?
Yeah. That's right.
Who knows?
Who fucking knows?
Not me. Also, is my camera? Oh, no. There it is.
Yeah.
I feel like it's drifting in and out of focus for a while.
That's what cameras do. That's fun. Does this... Hold on. Is this... No? Okay.
Plug it into your computer, though.
Oh, I'm not going to plug it in. No, people don't need to see me that badly. Mostly I just want to see...
You're only one half of this whole production. Production might be a strong word.
It is a strong word. You know, this plugs into anything is shocking. I don't think I even have a free spot on my computer anyway, though. So.
It has a USB.
Yeah, I don't have an extra USB. Anyway, I'm going to try some more of this, see what it does in my mouth. It's bad. I wish I could make you have some, but I can't.
But, like, what if you did that and then, like, had a little bit of wine?
Fine. This one's for you, Spicy. Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I will also or spicy? I feel like if Spicy was a person, he would like tequila, so.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you just took that tequila like that, that is smooth. That is some very pleasant tequila.
It is very good tequila.
And you're riding high on 6 milligrams of snus.
It really kind of like offsets alcohol in a very upsetting way.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Speaking of alcohol in a very upsetting way, I last night went and did some stuff with somebody, and I got a drink bought for me that was a absinthe old fashioned, and that fucking drink was the most alcoholic thing I've had in a single like drink form. Like it felt like drinking just a tall glass of tequila. It was, except it was flavored like fennel. And it's been a long time since I've had a single drink in like a skinny tall glass and walked away from it being like, I had a fair amount to drink just then. But that was real good. Also, the bartender was just like, fuck it. Like, he did not give a shit about like, if, like, you come in and you show your Vax card and you like give him your ID, and then he started mixing drinks, and he was just, if the bottle was close to empty, he was just emptying it and then throwing it in the recycling and smashing the bottles. And it was like, this is what I want a bar to be. I want a guy who's just like,
yeah,
fuck it, you want it, you got it. And I got it
that.
big time. So
I like that a lot.
The top off of that was obviously supposed to be like half or a third like seltzer water. And there was so little room left in the top, they just went and then like put it back, and it was like obviously had like a shot or two extra in it. It was very good. But if anybody needs to go to a bar, that's the one I will take them to from now on, because they do their drinks right.
Yeah, I would like to go there, please.
Yes. It's good.
We need to find that equivalent here.
Hell yeah.
Boise. Yeah, we do. So, yeah. 10 days.
Well, I'm not going to be staying in 10 days. I'm going to be there in 10 days while I'm looking. But okay. My intention is that will get me a lot closer to staying, because I've got to go see things in person.
Makes sense.
I'm going to be there over like a Saturday night. We should do something in the evening, because like there's not going to be any house showings from like 8 on. I will be showing up with my biological mother, so take that in stride. It'll be fun, but I don't want to like spring that on people. So.
Well, it has been sprung, and it will be nice to.
But what's really fun is getting very drunk around somebody who isn't.
Oh no.
Yeah. She watches this, so you're on notice.
So she's already seen it.
Oh, she's already seen it.
She's already seen it.
Yeah. Actually, Mom, if you have not gone back and watched the Alaska episode, just watch the first
Please
hour.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I would like you to have a good opinion of both me and Madison, honestly, and that's not going to help.
That's just not going to happen if you watch that, I guarantee it. I don't even know. And I'm pretty sure it's damning.
Anyway.
Well.
Okay. For a second, I thought you had not opened that yet, and I was a little surprised, because I thought
I opened it, but they're like fancy ribbons on the side with adhesive, and I want to keep them, so I'm just folding them down every time I open it.
That seems good.
Yeah, they're nice. It's nice.
If you have a puffy scrunchie, you could put that around it, and it won't stick to it too bad.
Ooh.
Hey, Kurt, off-screen Kurt, get into these chips.
Oh, it smells sour. I really like these, but they're fucked up.
Yeah.
If you hate them, I will eat them.
Oh,
Oh
we
my
can
God.
share
Did you say they were sour?
that. Yeah.
Oh, God. Hell no.
I don't know why they exist, but they're all right.
They are weirdly sour. He is correct. Hey, would you take this tribute wine pour out of slop?
Oh, boy. Oh, spicy. We love you, spicy.
Yeah.
We love you.
I love you, spicy. Okay, I did my correction. Okay, so I wish I was gonna be there for good in 10 days because there is a show I really want to watch when I do get there, and I want it to be around Halloween. Raul Coley is in Midnight Mass, and
Yeah.
I'm very excited to watch that, and I think we should watch it. Oh, thank you.
We should. I haven't seen any of it yet, but I follow
Yeah.
him on Instagram and he's posting about it a lot. So I'm very excited.
I really enjoyed his Invisible Ink post.
I didn't see that one. What was it?
It's just him on the ground, like, oh, and then like he wrote in invisible ink with a black light over it with an arrow pointing towards him, and it just says "bussy." It's a very good picture from the set.
Good.
Anyway,
Good.
I'm excited to watch it. I want it to be a good follow-up of Marianne, and I keep hearing shit from people that makes it sound like it kind of is, so I'm very down.
I'm
Also,
excited to watch that. Yeah.
I'm gonna, my first thing when I get down there for shared food stuff is I did my my quick bread again while I was here to make like sandwiches and shit, and it came out pretty good. Came out pretty good?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm excited to make that again, probably with some kind of like fish stuff, and make people try it, because I feel like my even if you've only watched this and that's how you know me, Discord group, I am an okay cook. I'm like 95% garbage, but I do have like 5% where I do things that are like normal human things too.
Well, I mean, that's the basis of doing the garbage, is that you learn some like basics first, you get kind of it generally down, and then you fuck it up.
Solidarity.
Exactly. I have some basics down, but I've mostly just fucked it up.
Oh, I hate that I opened my phone and this family is still on it. Anyway, hey, you wanna get a sneak preview of the other family? There you go. Oh boy, it's convincing, isn't it?
It is rough. The whole thing is
You know
hard.
what? Okay, this is not a burn. This is not a thing that is like negative in any way. My dad got a new shirt for his birthday, which was 2 days ago. Happy birthday, Dad. We got a little teeny weeny pop secret. I don't have anything to make the noise with. Yeah. He got a shirt and he sent it to me and he was like, I don't know if this is my style, but people said I should wear it. And I also said, like, listen to us, you should wear it. I'm actually gonna send you the image first so you can react to this amazing fucking shirt.
Please.
God damn, it is so fresh. I'm very pleased.
Ooh, okay.
He got it from his
Oh my God.
Yeah. He got it from his older sister, and I'm just like, holy shit, you have got to keep and wear that shirt because it is a fucking awesome. Man, I'm big fan.
am also a big fan.
Yeah.
This is fantastic.
It frustrates me because my dad continues to be so much like cooler than I am all the time.
Well, hey,
Anyway.
you can also get the same shirt.
And
you
I
know
will.
what it's going to look like on you in a number of years. So there you go.
And I will. And this is it. And it is that fucking awesome. If you can't
It's
see,
so good.
if you can't see the shoulders, it's good. My dad has gone from knowing David Bowie to being David Bowie in a very weird, circuitous route, and I am pleased. Also,
that is a pipeline I very much aspire to.
Yeah. Also, maybe he ate his soul. Maybe that's what happened. But
maybe he did.
I do get a lot of pictures of weird sand sculptures that my dad creeps up on and takes pictures of. So, like, his life seems pretty good right now.
Okay, imagining this man in this shirt creeping up on a sand sculpture and, like, taking photos of it. That's a good image.
Yeah.
That's a good life.
Whatever
he's doing,
he's got his shit together. The last time I was there, it was pre-COVID, but there was a bed in the back, and he was like, "Yeah, I built that bed." I was like, "Fine, whatever." I don't even care anymore. And then the next morning, he was like, "I baked a bunch of bread. Here you go." I don't know. It's fine.
I'm still waiting for that, like, I don't know. As you get older, do you just get, like, a second wind of, I'm gonna do shit now? Because I think I'm in the middle times where when you're a kid, you're like, I'm gonna do whatever. And then there's a big middle time where you're just, like, sad and an adult.
Here's the fucking annoying thing. So my dad did have that time, but it was only like maybe 6 years. And before he hit that time, I saw a little bit of it as a little kid, and he was already like this. Because, like, so he kind of stayed that way. So I remember being a little kid, and he was like putting on a headlamp, and he's like, I'm going to go rollerblade around the park. And like, going and doing like voice lessons and all this stuff. And then he had like a menial job for like a handful of years, and he was just kind of like, I don't know, I do whatever. But he also like side ventured it into like taking blood and doing some like other shit on the side. But when he had his like sort of breakthrough of like things are bad and they're going to start getting better again, like what he did was he went out in the yard, collected all the sticks he could find, and built a like woven chair out of it. And I just remember like looking at the chair and being like, I don't fucking know how you did that. Like, it looked like a fucking like those big wicker chairs with like a cushion on it, but it was just a bunch of sticks piled up and like woven together into a chair. And I just like, and after that, he kind of like came back out of it and started like doing a bunch of shit again. But like that was his breakdown, was like
making a chair.
Yeah.
That I would pay money for, probably.
Probably, yeah. Most people would probably buy that chair for like $50+ easy at like a Target or something. So
yeah, easily.
Anyway, it was weird.
I wish my breakdowns looked like that.
My breakdowns are just, I don't build anything, that's for sure. Yeah, there's a lot to learn from that weird old dude.
I mean, like, the black pirate shirt energy is just
Cat and Pop.
So good.
Yeah.
It's too strong. It's so good. It's got
puff shoulders and everything.
Good.
He spends a lot of time with my stepmom being out doing stuff. Like a lot of weeks he's just hanging out at home. I got like weird old video game stuff so he can play like classics and things like that, and gave it to him for his old birthday. Like he's got stuff to do. He like does a bunch of dog stuff. He does whatever. But like, I don't know. He could be doing whatever, I feel like, and I wouldn't be that surprised.
Yeah.
And he lives in a little like oceanside like diners and like yeah, that just seems great.
You've told me about where they live, and I'm incredibly jealous. That's like my dream scenario for right now and also the rest of my life. So
yeah. Well, yeah, we'll set something up and invade their space, because apparently they can just build a new couple of beds and it'll be fine. Fucking whatever. Also, they live in a house that used to be a shop, obviously. So like their house is the weirdest. Like there's bedrooms, but they have like shop like displays in them and stuff. Like it's a very whimsical.
I'm very there for that. That's very cool.
It's very cool. Also, they have a lot of pictures of dogs on the wall, and there's not any pictures of me, and I'm fine with it, but, like, I am calling you out on that. You gotta have at least one of me. I think they might have some of my art up, but that's different.
I was sent some pictures as part of a birthday present, so if anyone's looking for pictures of Jesse that they want to put on their wall, I have some. Even aside from those, I have good ones.
Okay, well.
Just.
Okay.
As a note to any top secret who may be watching this.
Yeah, fine. Okay, so what was your... We went over spicy. We won't stop going over spicy for a while, I bet. What was your other topic? I don't remember offhand.
Oh, okay. So I do remember my other topic, but I have to pee super bad. So do you want to entertain the people?
Oh boy, I'm gonna entertain people so good. You go pee. I'll figure this out.
Yay!
Yay! Okay, so this is a side thing. I might have to bring this up just to torture Madison with in a few minutes, but so okay, I know a lot of dirtbags, and I know a few decent people. This is generally a decent person in the Seattle area. I'm currently a dirtbag. Obviously, you can see I'm still like crashing at friend's house. I think they're okay. I got a thumbs up. I think it's okay. I'm sleeping next to a cat box. Let's not read into that. So I had this idea that my friend who is a professor at the UW would be like adult, like here's a topic we can talk about. We went and dropped some stuff off as a gift for them for helping with my other friends like COVID needs. Like they wanted a place to get tested for free and like as little info as possible, because like, you know, if you're watching and you happen to be trans, like having people really dig into your history can be a real fucking shit show. So we went over there. We were just dropping off some thank you treats, and I was like, all right, good normal friend, this will be a good normal thing that we're doing. And she fucking comes out of the place she's staying in and just immediately starts being like, you know, been talking to my friends a lot today about some people in the Ukraine who are fucking bears because they say they're better lovers than their husbands, which is not what I expected to hear. And I don't know how to take it. I tried looking it up and I couldn't find anything about it. I also don't know if I'm like scooping somebody's thesis or something, because I know there's a paper being written about it right now. And I know that there is sexual involvement with these bears based on like what I heard. like obviously secondhand, like I'm getting it from her, but like it's not a lie. I've never known this person to be like somebody who makes something up. And it really disturbs me that there's like people out there who are like maybe even just maybe fucking bears.
I tried to look it up. There's nothing.
I know there's nothing about it, which makes sense.
Why would there be?
But also like fuck. It's messed up, and it relates to the other thing that she came out talking about that I will get into when Madison's back. Also, I don't want to stop talking because I've been in that house, and you can hear every single thing that happens from every distance. So we just need to fill the space with a lot of sound and, make sure that, I don't know, there's proper cover. Anyway, bear fucking. There's a euphemism for it, and I will get into that in a few minutes when I talk about the other bestiality that I have to talk about, because this week's been weird.
This week's been weird.
Yeah.
How so?
I would like you to guess, one guess only, it doesn't need to be drawn out. What do you think I was talking about during that segment?
One guess? I have one guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. More pop secrets?
Nope, but that's fine. I about said I wish that's what it was, but no, it's actually very good that those two things didn't ever intersect. Did you did you see this? You know who Ken Klippenstein is, right? The like reporter guy.
I know I follow him on Twitter. Did
you see the thing he put up that was some of the scraped texts or whatever from like super rich people?
No.
I should have this screenshot. It's the most fucking ridiculous thing. My dad in that shirt. Anyway, fuck, where is it? So I guess there was a bunch of like, I think this happened around the time that the like divorce stuff with Bezos was happening and all that. But there was just a whole bunch of leaked texts from like a bunch of rich assholes that got released. I'm actually going to just look it up directly because that'll be easier. Like, this is one of a handful of things that are unfortunately very like Twitter centric that I'm going to be talking about today, but come on, this thing has to still be up, right? Okay, that, you know what, I'm going to save that image for later in case I need it. Okay, there we go. So it was basically just a tweet about like how fucking weird it is the way that super rich people talk in text and otherwise. And these happen to be a couple of the texts that got out into that, like, I want to say it was like a FOIA request. I forget exactly how it happened. Like after the initial leak. I'm having to go back. This is the problem with people who tweet a lot. Look, take my advice. Tweet once or twice a week. It'll be better for everybody.
No, that's the sweet spot, really. Actually, I think the less you tweet is probably better. But if you can limit it to a couple of tweets a week, that's the good spot.
That's
if you're tweeting more than like 3 or 4 times a week, you're probably, I don't know. God
You're
help
probably a serial killer.
Or you,
Maybe
either
the
that or
Zodiac.
you might, well, oh man, I wonder if he had a Twitter account. Probably not. He was pretty old.
Yeah.
He had a Facebook. I know that, at least. I think his name was... Here. I'm gonna find what his name... It was Gary P... His last name started with P.
Never trust a Gary.
If I ever got murdered by a Gary...
There would be revenge. Garys are not allowed to fucking murder.
You should not be.
Garys should be at car dealerships talking about like mufflers and stuff that they think are cool.
Yeah. Can you imagine having,
somebody standing over you with a knife going like, you're gonna remember the name Gary.
His last name was Post. Poste.
Huh.
And
Posty was the murderer? Fuck.
Posty. Gary Posty.
God, this is a lot of goddamn tweets, my dude. You gotta be a little less.
Oh, are they good?
It's just so many. I will send them to you as soon as I have them. He tweets so goddamn much. It's so hard to find this shit. Anyway, okay, I'm just gonna have to. I can't find it. It might have been deleted. So the one that was really amazing is there was a tweet from Bezos to like his girlfriend, or like a girlfriend. I don't know what his fucking like I think it was maybe when he was still with his wife, but you know.
Grimes?
No, Bezos.
Oh, so yeah, it's okay. Sorry.
No,
weird.
We can talk about. That's fucking disgusting and also entirely possible. But so there's a tweet where he's like sexy tweeting, or sorry, he's sexy texting at this lady. Already bad. Because you know the voice that it would be in. It was like that weird, like, surfer guy voice, but like from California and also full of HGH. Anyway, so he has these tweets, and one of the things he says is, "I love you alive, girl." And then she texted back, "You're gonna see my lips and my face so soon." It was just like, this is not human speech. Like, you cannot say these things to people. You know
I
what?
actually think I did see this one.
It's
think
fucking
I did
disgusting.
I think I did see this one. Or maybe it wasn't the tweet you're talking about specifically, but I did see some like leaked text from, I think it was like billionaires or super rich people sexting. And it was atrocious. It was, why do rich people, oh God, what is this? So this is from Bezos? Oh no.
Would you read that out?
I want to smell you. I want to breathe you in. I want to hold you tight. I want to kiss your lips. I love you. I am in love with you. I love you, alive girl. I will show you with my body and my lips and my eyes very soon. Apostrophe.
God, that's disgusting.
As opposed to dead girl?
There's no other. Fuck.
Bezos. What the fuck?
I just love you alive, girl.
I mean, This is like one of those stupid memes where they're like, oh, the placement of the comma really makes a difference in the sentence. Like, I love you, alive girl. I love you, alive girl. Like, either way, they're both so bad.
There's no version of it that isn't fucking disgusting.
No,
is the bottom line.
It's not even like a conceivable typo. It's like he definitely typed alive.
Yes, because what would it a lot wouldn't have autofilled for that, and like it doesn't fit better if it's a lot. It's still like crazy to type that, but like
I love you a lot, girl.
Yeah, and it would have been I love you, comma, a lot, girl. So, like that doesn't make sense either. The alive thing is kind of the only thing that makes sense in that spot, and it doesn't make sense. It's just like that's still crazy, and that seems to be what he meant. I don't know. The man saw the Earth from space. Anyway,
hey,
from a penis.
Any day, give me the choice between solving world hunger and seeing space for 10 minutes, 10 seconds, whatever. I know what I'm gonna choose.
Going to space?
It's space every time.
You heard it here first, people. You think that's what he whispered to the Earth when he was in space?
I think so.
Great.
Maybe he was just like, maybe he was trying to go to space to have like kind of a sexual experience with just the Earth as a whole.
I don't like that.
I mean, if you were Bezos, wouldn't that be in your head? Like oh no, wait, didn't someone just pass up Bezos for like richest person? Was that Elon?
I don't know. Did that. Yeah, somebody might have passed him.
But I think someone did. Anyway, yeah, I feel like that's probably what that was. I occasionally listen to Red Scare, and they did have a really funny take on his whole trip, and I think it was Dasha who said, going to space is such a sexless experience. And that's the only way I can conceive of it being worth it, is if you're going to space to try and, like, in your brain, you're, like, fucking Earth. Or, like, you're, like... I feel like this is where his head is at. I don't know how to put it into words to make it sound right, but I feel like that's where he was going with it.
Yeah. Yeah. You're probably right.
You can't say that I'm wrong.
I can't say you're wrong. I just hope you are.
Okay, you go to space in a giant dick. What else are you trying to do other than fuck the Earth?
It was fucking flesh tone too, like Band-Aid white person flesh tone.
So many on purpose design decisions that you just like can't even. There's no explanation. There's no other explanation.
What the fuck did you say to me?
Don't forget about the cranes.
I'm not gonna forget about that. God damn it. I shouldn't talk about the things I'm going to talk about on the podcast around people.
Yeah, well.
There is no way in hell that the making a dick to shoot into space wasn't calculated. And it fits perfectly with his weird everything else.
Yeah.
But I will say there was a married couple that was on the space station at the same time. So that's the only experience where maybe it wasn't sexless, but I bet it was incredibly messy. Anyway.
Yeah, probably. Because around that same time, people were saying, like, I remember seeing articles about, like, no one's had sex in space before. Do you remember this headline or something
familiar.
along? Yeah. And I remember thinking, like, there's no fucking way that it hasn't happened before. Like, I don't know.
Absolutely not true. first off, astronauts are the people who are like, I want to see if I can do it. So like right away, you're already like, come on. And then they're also like physically, like they have to be like Olympians basically to go do that shit. And it's like, don't give me that shit.
Come on.
They're
Yeah.
going to space. They're going through all the effort of like shitting into a tube. There's got to be a payoff, and you know that payoff is fucking. There's no
In
other
space.
payoff. Yeah, absolutely. Like,
Obviously.
sure, they don't say it because their like country would be like, you can't say this, but they're going home and they're like, I fucked in space. Don't even worry about it. I fucked Gary while I was in space, but like I did it, and you won't ever.
Yes, and I feel like I remember this article being like, there's only been one married couple in space, so obviously no sex has happened in space.
Oh yeah.
And
Obviously,
having like a really cool,
sex has happened.
like,
There's only been one married couple.
Yeah, a very cool like heterosexual bent where it's like, there's never been guys and girls at the same place in space, so obviously sex can't happen. Like, come on, you're stuck in a fucking spaceship and you're shitting into a tube or whatever it is that you do, and you're like rehydrating your food or whatever. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you get to be in space, but beyond that, what else?
Yeah.
What else?
What else? Also, you don't know if you're going to make it back. So it's like, well, I don't know if I'm going to make it back, but then you pan out the camera and they're getting railed doggy style while they're looking out at the earth like, I don't know, it could go wrong. Also, if you could angle it down a little bit, that'd be fantastic.
I'm sorry, but there's no way.
No fucking
There's no way. Absolutely not.
Also, like, no gravity. You're going to give up the chance to be having sex and just slowly floating through the air. Like, fuck off.
No.
No. I refuse the idea.
I refuse the idea completely.
Speaking of having sex, I guess. So some of this is going to be a little bit of a rehash from what I said while you were gone, but not all of it. There is still secret information there that you'll never know, and it's also disgusting. And so went over to bring some thank you snacks that one of the people I'm staying with made for another friend who gave us some good like COVID testing sites and stuff because they were worried about like they do like public outreach stuff for communism. So like, you know, you got to make sure that you're not spreading COVID around, stuff like that. You don't want to get your comrades sick. And
has that been a recent concern of yours?
I don't know why that's funny. So, that stuff all went great. We went over there, brought some snacks. I was introducing them, and I thought like, oh, this will be a totally normal, like this person's a professor. They're gonna be like talking about some boring shit probably. They come out of their house to get the snacks. The first thing they're like is like, yeah, I was in a bunch of meetings today, like on Zoom calls and stuff with a bunch of other like academics and professors talking about some important stuff. Shit, and it was really tough because I kept getting text messages about like some bird fuckers.
Yeah.
Let me just
As you do.
let me just forward you some things. I already forwarded you some really terrifying stuff. This is gonna go in for that.
Bird fuckers. Okay. I'm just mentally preparing.
Yeah. So this story is gonna be like surprising, maybe, and then like, oh, I get why this isn't really what you're talking about, and then at the end, it's gonna go, wait a minute, this doesn't make any sense. That's
a crane.
Yeah, what's up? What's your problem? I love you alive, girl.
YouTube. I don't want to be watching stupid ads. I want to see this crane. Fuck its person, I guess.
So
No. Stop. Bird wife? Bird wife? Bird wife. God fucking damn it. Okay. Okay. Everyone, just so everyone sees this is the image I'm looking at. And the caption is, after killing the 2 males she was paired with, Walnut the crane fell in love with her zookeeper.
Yeah, so this is really important. So that's one of the things that I had to, like, hold back. So the main thing is this guy, apparently he's a zookeeper, he's a bird researcher, whatever. So he's just like really good at getting birds in the mood and then inseminating them. And one of the things that they sort of nonchalantly drop off in the information at the early part is that this bird killed, supposedly, they don't have proof, but they ended up dead, 2 of her previous mates, which I think were all of her previous mates, ended up dead somehow. So this is already like the Black Widow crane that he's coming in on. That, like, oh, I don't know, my previous husbands are all dead. And this guy comes in, he literally, so you don't need to watch that video, but I will say in that video, I believe this man's name is Chris Crow, which, yes, is very funny to me. And they start talking about, like, well, he just really earned the bird's trust. And, like, it was the way he flapped his wings, and it was the way that he, like, he just really knew how to, like, touch and talk to the bird and all this stuff. And it's just like,
Wow.
the bird really responded to it. So they go into this thing about, like, but really it's all about, like, trying to get this bird species to, like, continue, and he's just really good at it. Like, don't worry about that stuff. Like, it's not weird or anything. And then you find out that the bird has killed its previous 2 mates. And then you find out in the next part of information, well, so he was really good at getting this bird just real randy. So he brought in a couple more birds, a couple more female cranes, and we were like, we're going to need these birds too. And so he started going and working with these other 2 birds. And then the first bird...
How did the first bird feel about this?
The first bird started being more aggressive and acting what he says is jealous. What Chris Crow, bird fucker, says, she started acting really jealous. So, like, I had to be careful about how I was it's challenging.
These bird bitches are just too jealous.
This dude is so good at bird stuff, and, like, they just respond really well. Like, he's got the universal, he loves them alive, girl. And, like, these birds are just, they want him all to themselves.
Don't forget how he fathered 6 chicks.
Okay,
He's also fathered 7 chicks. Yeah, you're right. Go ahead.
I hate that. I just want to read, first of all, so you sent me a link to a tweet that I'm reading.
Yep.
These are screenshots from Tumblr, first of all. I would like to point that out.
Yeah. Renowned mini blogging site Tumblr.
Absolutely. And I just want to read a couple of bullet points from this. This is like a timeline that I guess someone has made of the relationship. Here's a couple of bullet points, consecutive bullet points that I think are important for people to hear. Bird's name is Walnut. Walnut immediately began paying special attention to Chris and ignoring the eligible male crane in a nearby enclosure. Next bullet point. Walnut initiated their courtship, performing the opening moves of a mating dance.
Yep.
Next bullet point. Chris realized that if he reciprocated the mating dance, it might be possible to artificially inseminate Walnut with her participation and consent.
The phrase inseminate walnut makes me viscerally upset.
Problem with that? Parentheses, the process normally involves restraining the bird, implying it did not this time. Did not.
Consensual, baby. Here's something you got to know about Chris Crow and his dirty business. It's consensual.
This I feel is the most important one. Next bullet point. It worked! Exclamation point.
Yep.
Just, it worked.
Great job, Chris. Sorry, Mr.
Next
Crow.
bullet point. Chris and Walnut had 5 children who were raised by other crane couples.
Yeah. Well, it's going to put a hamper on your game if you got to raise those kids, so it makes sense.
Chris accepts that he is pretty much married to this bird. White-naped cranes live to be about 60, and they mate for life, so he knows he can't retire while Walnut is alive. At the time of this article, Walnut was 36 and Chris is 42.
Damn. Nice, Chris. So, how do you feel about that? Yeah?
Of all the things to be gifted in and good at, seducing birds.
Hey, what's up? I'm Chris Crow, bird seducer.
That's a weird one. I wonder if it works with other species of birds or if it's just cranes that like really find him. I gotta look at this guy again. Hold on. Does he have a crane-like body? No.
No, he's got a normal-ass dude body. He looks boring.
Like the most normal fucking dude.
He looks like a Chris. 100%.
So basically what we're saying is that Walnut is a slut.
Yeah. Walnut is a fucking slut and a Black Widow. She will kill you.
I'm going to slut shame this bird.
Good. Thank you. Thank you.
Walnut, you fucking slut.
It's tough to not name the podcast I'm gonna slut shame this bird, but I think it's got to be something else. It's just rough because like that thing you said is a podcast.
It's a different podcast. I feel like there could be a whole podcast dedicated like Dr. Death style to this man and his seduction of multiple birds, and then the subsequent like affairs, or from Walnut's perspective, affairs with other birds.
Welcome to Sinister Flap. We're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the serial killing bird and how she fell in love with a man.
I gotta get another kind of alcohol in here, or else this tequila's not gonna be here when we get.
All right.
I don't have anything else.
You don't? Because I think you do.
I have Brennivan. Fuck.
Nice. Did you already work your way through that pen?
Pen?
Yeah.
Oh. No.
The magic trick that I did at the airport, it was very impressive.
It was very impressive. I have not worked my way through it, and I feel like mixing the two, clearly, as the last podcast has proved, not a great combination for me.
Okay. Anyway.
So I guess I'll get Brennan in here in a second. And just
Nice.
go, like, fight some birds or something.
So I guess I'll go into the thing I was telling everybody else about. They got a little preview, but how do you feel about fucking bears?
Not positive.
So okay. I want to preface this, and I think I kind of mentioned this before. This is a research paper done for a college. It is not available online. I don't know why I know the kind of people who are telling me this shit. I don't think that it should be public knowledge, period. I just don't like that it exists, and I can't believe I trusted somebody who then decided to tell me about this. All right. So, first off, it's called interspecies commingling.
Stop.
and it's romantic. I guess. Fucking, I don't know. So there's a village in the Ukraine that's off kind of in the middle of nowhere, and there is currently a professor out there doing a research paper on a phenomenon that is, I hope, never in the history of humanity anywhere else on the planet, in which the women of this village have apparently been leaving their husbands and going into the woods to fuck bears. It's a real thing. Because the bears are much more sympathetic lovers than their husbands are. And apparently part of this controversy is that the husbands are getting really upset about this.
Really? Huh.
My secret hope, and it's not secret, this is what I hope, is that this is some sort of performative like thing where they're just saying some whack shit to like get back at how like DJ Khaled, all these dudes are back at the village. But like it doesn't seem that way, and there's some serious research going on looking into this stuff, I guess, and it's very upsetting, this whole interspecies commingling thing. And I'm incredibly not interested in what they mean when they say that the bears are better lovers than their husbands. Are they trying to get at that honey?
How could they possibly? How could it possibly be?
I'm not a professor. I don't fucking know.
I really fucking hope that you're right and that it is a conspiracy.
Me too. I'm really afraid of the alternative.
Otherwise, we're gonna have multiple grizzly man scenarios on our hands. But it's gonna be like grizzly man.
Way worse.
Way worse.
We're talking Grizzly Man meets the Revenant kind of shit, and I'm not there for that.
Grizzly Man Pornhub edition, except for everyone dies at the end.
Fuck.
Just, I mean, I can't see another way other than, I think you're right. I think it has to be an elaborate troll to tell, I hope, this specific group of guys who I guess are all really bad at sex.
Yeah.
But how? That's what's concerning. Is like, how bad at sex do you have to be for women to do this elaborate of a thing? Like, this is because just generally, my conception of men is generally fine, not good though, at sex. So, like, why?
Yeah.
It's gotta be
I will
either
be
like so aggressively bad.
Yeah. I'll be the first to say, if you're basing it off of the standards of men having sex and their actually, yes, their efficiency, but men having sex and their, like, quality of it, like, I get it, except that most people just go, like, I'm gonna move. Or, like,
Yeah.
we're done.
That seems like a
That
better
seems-
solution.
I will let
But-
somebody who will be tricked by your bad sex deal with this, and I'll go find something better.
That seems like an easier solution.
My issue is the path of least resistance is so muddied here because, like, if you're in a small village, they're not moving to the next town, they're wandering off into the woods. And that's concerning to me because I don't know what the fuck else they're doing. Like, there's this weird gray area where, like, it's not black or white, it's shades of gray. And, like, I just don't know where it's going. Like, it's hard to figure out the motivation for bear fucking or against it in this case. I know that, like, you know, it's probably not good to have a bone in there. I don't know. I don't fucking fuck bears.
Not yet. That's what the liberal radicals want you to do. Actually, you know
That's
what?
that's what Havana syndrome is.
Jesus. What?
Go on.
You know what I bet is happening? I
Is
hope
this
it's
another
happening.
way for you to cope? Go ahead.
Yeah, it is, and I hope this is actually this. I hope this is real because this would be better for everyone.
Yeah.
I hope that all of these unfulfilled women,
yeah,
are going into the woods and fucking each other.
That would be fantastic. In terms of the way for that to go, that's great.
And honestly, that seems like if there's this elaborate plot, an elaborate, like, I don't know, research or story about how they're fucking bears instead, that seems like something a group of sexually unfulfilled women would come up with while they're fucking each other and being like, this is great. This should be all the time.
It actually feels very much to me like Bigfoot hunting. Like,
yes.
Go out into the woods. There's, like, a couple little rituals that you do that are, like, basically just bonding. And then it's just a bunch of dudes out in the woods fucking each other. 100%. Like, there's no chance it isn't.
What's the fuck? Something green that Alex Jones talks about, or a bunch of, like, rich people that fuck each other.
Yeah, the Grove.
The Grove. Yeah. It's the Grove, but it's happening in Ukraine? Is that what you said? Ukraine?
Yeah, Ukraine. So It's Bohemian Grove, but it's for poor people.
Yeah,
That's
Bohemian Grove.
Yeah.
For poor people, and the larger scheme is to have better sex generally.
Yeah, it's like I'm going out there in the woods and I'm fucking a bear, and then the next scene in the movie would be another woman who, because of my not knowledge of the Ukraine, is like a younger babushka woman, comes out in, like, a bear pelt, holding, like, 2 dildos, going like, huh? Like, from the woods, and it's like, absolutely, that's, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's
Yeah.
like, oh, Buffalo's Field. And the other lady's like, nice.
I think that's what's happening. I think
hope
that's
so.
gotta be it. I hope so, because I can't.
Yeah.
I just
The alternative's very rough.
literally, I don't think you would live.
I don't know. I don't even
I
know
don't
that these
know.
are big bears. Like, I don't know what's going on over there.
That
Is that bad information?
that's just not. I don't care. I don't care, but I just feel like it's safer generally to just trust the babushka with the dildos instead of the bears.
Yeah, the lady that comes out that's like, put down a tarp, it's time for the bear stuff. Let me look up what kind of bears are in the Ukraine.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
I'm just curious.
I'm also curious about that.
Okay. All right. They got brown bears. They're about 2.5 meters in length.
I'm an American, so that means literally nothing to me.
Okay, so God damn it, you're really going Idaho right now, huh? So that's about 8 feet tall.
Okay. I'm an American and I'm drunk, so I don't know anything right now.
So an 8 foot tall bear walks out of the woods. I feel like.
I mean, yeah.
What do you mean, yeah?
I mean that's a bigger bear than what I was initially thinking would be in the Ukraine,
Okay.
which is actually more concerning. Like, if this is actually happening, these people should stop immediately because they are gonna die. It's gonna happen.
I'm just for my own edification. I'm gonna look this up. The average Ukrainian woman is approximately 5'4". So yeah, it's gonna be a big ask.
Jesus Christ.
Unless, we're talking two women standing on each other's shoulders or something.
Just two Ukrainian women in a trench coat.
We are here to fuck. The bear also comes out in a trench coat.
You swipe left on Tinder, yes?
You swipe left on Bear Tinder. You saw a picture of me with fish.
You super like, yeah?
I noticed that you swipe up. This is going to work out. Fuck.
No. Fuck. That's... Well...
This is a podcast about challenging people's ideals.
Yeah. I think we do that quite well.
Yeah. And it's always sober.
My ideals are challenged frequently on this podcast.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Speaking of ideals being challenged, here's a segue into the thing I was supposed to talk about before I went to the bathroom.
Have at it.
My new content comfy blanket, as I put it in my intro.
Something about this worries me a lot. Yeah, go for it.
So, I mean, you won't be worried when I hear about it. So, my comfy content blanket before was frenemies, because
yes,
as I've explained to you,
have you moved on to a new podcast where an even hotter woman has joined up with the same crew?
You're not wrong. Yes.
Yeah,
that
I
is
thought
correct.
So.
I will explain. But previously was frenemies because, as I've told you, the like sound of arguing in the background brings me some sort of weird comfort, and I like hearing it as I'm like working and doing shit.
We're broken people. You listen to people arguing to relax, and I listen to people destroying their own musical instruments to relax. It's just the way things work.
It's just how it goes sometimes.
Yeah.
So, yes, you are correct. The same crew, the H3 people, have created a new podcast called The Leftovers.
Yeah.
But this podcast, you were not wrong in saying that it is with a hotter woman. But that hotter woman happens to be Hassan.
Yeah.
So
I saw his runway pics.
These are my perfect worlds colliding.
Yeah.
They have Ethan from H3 and Hassan are doing a podcast now called The Leftovers, and I thought Ethan's introduction to the podcast was pretty funny because he gets a lot of shit for talking politics on his podcast just generally.
Yeah.
Because he is, I would say, politically interested, but I would not say informed.
He's politically milquetoast. He has a lot of like he says he's a capitalist, and I think he only sort of understands what that means, but yeah, totally.
Yeah. I would label him as a neutral good. Like,
right.
I think he means well, and I think when you present him with like leftist opinions like Hassan does, because previously, like, the precursor to this podcast is that they just did an interview with Hassan, and
right.
Hassan talked about like very milquetoast democratic socialist ideas like universal healthcare and shit like that, and he was super on board. So like, I think Ethan is can be guided into the right things, but generally kind of centrist.
We gotta get that dude in a Russian hat, just full communist Ethan Klein. That's what I want. It's
happening.
Yeah.
It's slowly happening. I am really enjoying this because I think Hassan and Ethan in the same podcast is basically essentially just going to be the slow radicalization
yep.
of the H3 channel, because Ethan already thinks a lot of the same things that
right.
Hassan says, like most people do.
Right.
So I think it's a really good thing overall, but the entirety of the podcast, and honestly, I also think that this is probably the best way to just get people interested, not in politics, but just like generally like understand the stakes or take importance in what is happening. The whole format is they just make fun of like extreme right-wing insane people doing their shit.
So it's Hogwatch the podcast.
It's Hogwatch the podcast.
All right.
That's it. That's the whole thing. There's been 2 episodes so far. They're both very good. The first one, I think, is just mainly an introductory one. The second one, they are rewatching some of like Steven Crowder's latest thing where he does this like I'm sure you saw or heard of this, the like super James Bond can't be black because I'm racist.
That shit is really fucking racist. Like, shockingly racist to be like a popular YouTube thing.
Yeah. It is. I am very surprised that YouTube is letting that stand.
Like fucking like our parents watching like white comics do impressions of black comics levels of racism, but like a bunch in a row just jammed together on like last week's YouTube. Like it's insane that people are okay with
no actual like comedic follow up. There's nothing funny about it. There's no because we all understand that comedy can walk a line and
right.
Like Hassan said in one of the Leftovers podcasts, like if you want to make jokes about there being a black James Bond, like I'm sure there are jokes to be made there if you're black or have like a sensitivity to these things. But of course, Crowder's not the dude to do it, and he's not doing it. He's just like being racist.
He's the fucking friend from Arthur. Like yeah,
he's just straight up doing like incredibly antiquated, stupid, not even funny caricatures, like a minstrel show of like a really horrible of what he thinks is a black voice in all of his podcasts or videos or whatever. And yeah, I'm really surprised that YouTube is just like fine with that.
To be real, I give it like 2 years tops before he does full on blackface on the internet, because like he's so close already.
Yeah, I mean, I think the future of that shit is him. I don't think that he would ever do a blackface specifically because they're very focused on aesthetics. And that's like how everything is now, is you're focused on not being, it's all very dog whistly. And like that, like this video is beyond dog whistle. It's like, it's just straight up racist.
Yeah.
But I think, I don't know. I mean, sure, he could definitely get away with blackface with like the people that like his videos, obviously.
I mean, he's already imitated trans people enough. It's only, like there's a pathway to like doing other shit. I think it's more likely that he just keeps doing the imitation, but like makes a character around it without actual blackface. But like at a certain point, it doesn't matter. Like,
I mean, he's done that imitation a bunch of times.
Yeah.
He does that kind of frequently, and I'm surprised, but like not surprised that YouTube's not taking it down. I think that what's interesting is that it seems like their rules around saying shit about COVID are getting more strict.
Yeah.
More so than that. Like they actually put out, I guess, some sort of like bulleted list of claims that you specifically cannot make about vaccines. And if you meet any of these claims, like your video is going to get taken down. And I'm sure that they have or will have some taken down because of that. But
it's nice that our videos are incomprehensible because they're not going anywhere.
Oh yeah, I wish luck to any bot going through this to try and find.
What?
I'm sure.
They're fucking what?
Bad dragon? What is bad dragon?
Is ovipositors against the rules? I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. They've said MILF a lot. I think that's fine. What's a BBW? Is it what I think it is? It probably isn't, right?
Black pirate shirts? Blackface? Black pirate shirts.
We might be
blackface.
The actual hardest podcast to have an AI deal with. I mean, we already had our or the easiest. Because we're practically AI already. We had an AI that we were interacting with recently, and it went on a whole fantasy adventure of joking about murdering us with a shotgun. Like, we are incompatible or super compatible with AI, and I don't know which it is.
The small amount of time that it took that AI to go there with the things that we said is upsetting.
Uh-huh.
Did we talk much about that on the last podcast? Honestly, I can't remember. But
no, we had a lot fast. We did a lot quickly to make sure we didn't talk about anything on the last podcast.
That sounds about correct. That sounds about right. But I don't know. For anyone who's curious, there's I don't even remember the name. There's some weird app you can download to have like an AI friend, but the AI friend actually just wants to fuck you, or they're like murder you.
They want to fuck you for money. That's important.
Yeah, they want to fuck you for money. Or they can fuck you for money, for sure. Yes. Like, if you pay them more, it unlocks some content. I don't, who knows what that is, but,
based on the variable size of the AI companion, who knows what that looks like?
Yeah, you can, like, AR it into your space, which is cool.
If you got a Tinkerbell thing or a Bigfoot thing, you can find a midpoint, or you can find either extreme.
There's something for everyone.
There's something for everyone. I love you alive, girl.
I love you alive, girl. There's something for everyone, and if you can't find it, there's bears.
Yeah.
There's bears. Or forest babushkas with dildos.
Bears out there.
Ideally, it's a forest babushka.
Yeah, ideally. What the fuck is it called? A scapula? I don't remember. Anyway, it's not important.
Anyway, Hassan's doing a podcast with Ethan from H3, and I think it's overall a good thing. I think it's going to lead to the radicalization of more young people, and I'm excited.
We are filthy communists.
Yes.
And I feel like more people need to have these ideas presented to them. And so I'm not as... I am staying with a communist, and I don't know, like, pretty much a communist, right? Pretty much a communist?
Who?
You?
I don't know.
You would at least be a socialist.
Sure.
Yeah. So I'm staying with people who are a range of like hard leftist ideas, really.
Leftist guilt.
Yeah, and the thing that I'm a little softer on when it comes to things than my hard communist friend is that I think having a lot of people out there pushing the ideas of what like government and social structure could be is incredibly useful, as long as it's not people out there just doing the like let go and let Joe bullshit. Like, as long as it's not vote blue no matter who, like asinine garbage, then I think it's actually like beneficial to have it. And like, I think Hassan is like on the left side for sure, but like not so far that it's like, let's break down all of society. And I'm fine with that because there's a huge amount of people who aren't there yet who can be pulled that direction by Hassan.
Hassan is a very palatable leftist.
Yes, he is an extremely palatable leftist.
Yes.
He is a combination of self-aware and also like very watchable, and also like legitimately leftist. So like it pulls people over to his side. You have made some comments on Twitter to this exact effect. Like the future of like leftist content is hot people. Like that is what you need, is people who will forcibly grab people's eyes and pull them over to the left, even if it's just a little bit. That's where I differ from hard edge like leftists, is that I still think a little bit bourgeois is beneficial because, like, if you don't have the means to actually reach people, then, like, you're not reaching anybody anyway. So you kind of need to have everybody on that side.
I'm more of the opinion of, we'll take what you can get.
Yeah.
As far as people with the generally right opinions.
Right.
And because I think that is unfortunately kind of the structure of what we already have. It's just like, do what you can for the person who has the most right opinion. And obviously that doesn't super work with the system we have now. But if you can find people like Hassan or just anyone with a voice, which is automatically going to be more amplified when you have more money.
Yep.
Who is saying the right things? Do go with that, and then if they suck later, you can deal with that later.
Yeah. If they turn into the bourgeois in the future, then you make an example out of it and you say, like, fuck these people.
Right.
Yeah.
But for the time being, and hopefully, because I like Hassan very much, hopefully he will continue to be an alright example of a far for America leftist.
Yeah, he's
radical leftist.
Compared to, like, Bernie Sanders, he's a radical leftist. Compared to leftists around the world, he's a little left of center, and that's, for the U.S., that is just fine. Because we are, like, incredibly
excited about that.
Also, you want to just dig into some Idaho shit. That's a good example of middle of the road United States. They were very upset about rap artist Nelly this year. So you can take that for what you want and look up some of the what Twin Falls News, I think, was talking about that. They literally had a Bircher in that article from the Twin Falls News being like, hey, we just don't want people like Nelly coming in and teaching our kids all the wrong things, and we think that we shouldn't allow them to have Nelly at the state fair. So, fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, radical leftist Nelly.
Nelly. When the fuck was Nelly relevant? Like, had to be, like, the late 90s or something? I don't fucking know. Anyway.
I don't know. It's more here. I think it's very, like, anti-sexual revolution, sexual anything, generally.
Yeah, they do kind of hate women over there, I've noticed.
A little bit.
Yeah.
We're not, like, super into women, like,
not like women aren't exactly people, but, like, it could be worse.
You can like be friends with them. You can like them and, like, fuck them maybe, but, like, beyond that,
yeah, I don't know. Past
what
that,
purpose do they serve, really?
Yeah, it's all fine and good until they start killing babies. You know what I mean?
It's all fine and good until they start killing babies and talking. It's fine.
Ugh, I got shivers just hearing.
Hate it. Hate that shit.
Yeah. Rohypnol.
Yeah.
That's a callback for, like, 5 people. Anyway. No big deal.
I already have to pee again.
Well, this is a problem.
Are you ready for your second solo?
Yeah.
3 minutes.
Yeah, I'm ready for my second solo. Let me introduce people to Twitter. All right. So while she pees again, women.
I heard
right?
that.
Get out of here. So let's see. Okay, my friends on text are fucking doing some shit. So.
About this. Idaho Lieutenant Governor bans vaccine mandates while governor is out of town.
So the governor left Idaho and banned vaccine mandates while not in Idaho?
No, the governor went out of town, and then their lieutenant governor banned it while they were away.
Cool. Idaho had a thing recently where they were basically instructing hospitals to focus on people who were going to live and not people who probably weren't. So Idaho's doing real great. I'm glad I'm moving there. I don't know. I've already had COVID, I guess. Watch our last episode. Get vaccinated. That's what this segment's about. Anyway, let me look at my notes, which is me texting myself, and find this thing that I need. There we go. All right, so if you're watching this, I want you to open up Twitter and go to @BEVVIE112. So this is @Bevy112. This person is a really good example of a conspiracy on Twitter that is fucking wild and out lately. If you're somebody who's a little older, maybe one of my parents, and you want to see what this is, literally go to twitter.com / just BEVVIE112, and you will get to what I'm talking about. You don't have to click anything. Just it'll open up, and then you scroll downward. If you click on any of the weird images, just pull the image to the right, and it'll go back to the last page. This shit is bananas, and it is not a terribly uncommon thing lately for conspiracies. Oh, I hear Jenny in the house.
What are you up to?
I'm just watching Lost.
Did you say she just watched Lost?
Yeah.
What year is it?
My client sent me some tequila a few days ago, and I've had all of it.
Uh-huh.
Do you want some?
That's so fun.
Do you want to try it? It's really
Jenny,
good.
do you want some tequila?
1 second.
Oh. Anyway, so this person is very into judging mainstream media, but we're going to get into exactly how they judge mainstream media and what that means in a minute here.
Wow. Wait, is it the cherry people?
No, it's RMJ, and they're like cannabis
Oh,
people.
sweet.
Yeah.
Also, this person has ever seen.
Please hold. I'm pouring Jenny some tequila.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, good.
All right. So if you found the right page, you will be on the Twitter of somebody who's named Horrifying House Guest. That is based off of the idea that the people that they are exposing are, I don't know, the devil. Hard to say. It's not hard to say. It's very clear in what they're saying, but like, it gets real rough in here. So I will get into it when Madison is back. Also, on the side of the stuff that they do, they have They just have a bunch of like golden retriever posts about their dog, which is part of the reason why I don't really question that this is like extremely legit. One, there's a lot of other people who do this stuff, but like this is one of the most ridiculous. But two, they're like also posting about their like very specific like cat shit. Um,
Okay, hold on. Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. Sorry if I poured you like 3 shots of tequila.
I like it.
If you don't want any of it, you don't have to drink it because I will.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
that last thing you said was the most obvious thing I've ever heard. So
Poured a lot of tequila. She's like, I want to try it, and then I poured a lot, too much.
I do want to try it. So
It's there. It's still here. It's
Okay.
still here, and I think I'm gonna just put it away because if I don't,
it's gonna
continue.
ruin your life.
It's gonna ruin my life, and it'll disappear. So I'm just gonna put it away, and it's done for tonight, and it'll be here when you get here.
Nice.
Eh,
So
Yes.
all right. So I believe I sent you this Twitter. It's Bevy 112.
Yeah.
Horrifying Housecast. I've been leading people to it so that they can see what we're seeing. The pinned tweet that they have is just a list of people who are part of the trans conspiracy in celebrity world. That includes, so these people are all working together and also trans and trying to force you to be trans as well. I'm just going to read a couple of these names because you might
As
recognize.
they do.
Bill and Melinda Gates, Kaylee Cuoco, Clint Eastwood, Demi Lovato, Kate Hudson, Naomi Campbell,
Wait.
Paris Hilton.
So
Yes.
this is a list of people who are trans, and they're trying to make you also be trans.
They're trying to so this is like in Alex Jones territory where this person and other people seem to think that by tricking you into thinking that trans people are not trans and straight people instead, it is like the devil's trick on you and they're like gaining some sort of power from it. So, to finish off, Paris Hilton, Vladimir Putin, Cheryl Teagues, Chris Brown, Justin Timberlake, Jessica Biel, Britney Spears, Bridget Fonda, Matt Dillon, and Ludacris. I guess this is not even the whole list of what they have on their pinned tweet.
No, this is like one of a series.
Yeah. So one of the things that they're really going off on, and they're creating a lot of just amazing infographics here, is they're really concerned about what they're calling inverted couples, which is celebrity couples that are both trans, and apparently that is number one, true, and number two, evil. Above this thing of Howard and Beth Stern, I don't know. Oh, is that Howard? Okay, Howard Stern and his wife, I guess. Their like tweet above it is not calling them chicks with dicks anymore. They're men with tits. Pass it on, please. Beth Stern is a dude. Would you look at this picture, please? Because I think they don't understand anatomy or pants in order for this to even exist. Look at it.
I think I saw that one earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So this account boils down to a lot of like shots of people in swimsuits or underwear zooming in. This is a good example. I don't really know who Taryn Terrell is. It looks like it's a wrestler. It's just people in clothing that you can see outlines in, and then zooming in on it and making like an upset face about like, well, you know what that means.
It looks like a...
They're essentially spending their whole day looking at camel toe and being like, that's a dick.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry to break it to this person, but sometimes labia just be out there. Sometimes they be fat. Sometimes they look like dicks in pants.
Sometimes thick girls are thick all the way down. It's not weird. Also, like, some of these pictures are just straight up like they don't understand that there is a space down there that is not completely flat, which is already weird to me.
That seems just like you don't really know how most... God damn, all of these pictures they posted that are like, this person is trans. This seems like a cis woman. Most of the time. All of the time. From what I've seen. Which is beyond the point, because obviously...
So go to their October 5th post, in which they say this video opens with an obvious female to male transgender. Do you see it? And it's a post from the FBI, and it's a guy saying just 3 adjectives to describe the FBI. One picture is him looking down, and one is him looking at the camera. And it's from CBS. I don't know what they're even saying here, but like, apparently you should be able to tell that this person is female to male trans. They also have
Which...
It's on October 5th.
There are a lot of tweets on October 5th.
I know, including Robin Thicke versus the Stairs, in which they say that he walks with his knees apart, so he's female. Yeah. That's a big part of this this person's posting, is just talking about. So here, if you go to October 3rd.
I like this post. If your Abby is anime, I will instantly block you. You may as well use the transgender flag. It's that obvious.
So anime is a sign that you're transgender?
Yep.
Fuck.
Fuck. I guess.
They have a post on October 2nd. Brooke was once married to covert transgender tennis champion Andre Agassi. Andre was a lucky lady. Like, they live in their own world where, like, insulting somebody is, the full extent of it is claiming that somebody is a gender that they don't identify as, and that's it. They have a thing talking about Laurel Hubbard's female spine. I didn't know female spines were different. Apparently, if you're fat, you're female. Apparently, if you have a jacket on and it's too big, you're female. Apparently, if you have a big forehead, you're female. Like, this person is like modern day phrenology to the extreme. But there's something that I was mentioning before you got back that I think is really worth noting. They also have completely normal posts in the middle of all these about their like golden retriever.
I saw that. Which is golden retriever abuse, I think.
Yeah. 100%. There are countless photos of Charlize Theron wearing a bikini on the beach. Conveniently, this is the only blurry one. So you can't see a dick or your idea of a dick.
Hollywood MTF Jessica Alba. Are you fucking kidding me? Can you imagine being this fucking obsessed with the way that other people's bodies look? Like, can you just... I feel the username horrifying house guest is
incredibly telling. Yeah.
It's good. It's accurate.
What about this September 30th thing about gymnasts that just says, it's all of them? So I guess all gymnasts are transgender, and that means something also?
The more, okay, conspiracy theory time. But not really. I don't know. Conspiracy theory. The more I view this person's post, the more it points to just having general body dysmorphia.
Absolutely. Like, this person is incredibly upset about themselves, and they've decided that all women are men and all men are women, unless they tell us that they're transgender, because they also have things in here that are specifically saying, like, all people who are publicly transgender and celebrities aren't. They're the only people who are really the gender they say they are.
Yeah, like this person clearly thinks that it's a conspiracy and that only people who are hiding it from you are the people who are actually... Yeah, it's...
I like this Yale Shelbia's man face post that is 3 pictures of this person and then a monster truck in the bottom. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Nice.
Like, in a weird way, like, if this person wasn't serious, this could be performance art. But it isn't.
Very much in the same way that I wish Alex Jones was performance art. Or Ben Shapiro, like, all of it. If it was performance art, there would be something to it, but
R. Kelly's female gate. This is a woman.
That post is very, like, graphic design is my passion.
All the posts are very graphic design is my passion. They are very into making these slides that are bad.
And then this really rough fucking looking golden retriever. It's just like...
This abused golden retriever that has to live with this fucking weirdo.
Like, look at this. A golden retriever just... He just looks kind of sad.
Kind of scruffy, like, I'll smell this pumpkin because I don't know what the fuck else to do with my time. Would you like to learn about Lena Wen's straight male clavicle?
I don't know. Do you want to see David Beckham's bilateral mastectomy scarring?
Fuck.
What am I supposed to be looking at here?
I don't know. Here's a phrase, not a phrase. Here's a statement they made in one of their things from September 27th. I came upon this guy's stash somehow. Did you know that most young men have never had a biological female in their spank bank? They think all women have thick, ropey, bulging labia. And then under that, they just have this. Because why wouldn't they? God. Leaves are falling, autumn is coming. Here's my dog that's very matted. Attention all soy-guzzling, bloated genderqueers. If you want to follow my account and not get blocked, don't retweet my entire timeline. It's a bit of a red flag, geniuses. So, what they have shown here is a person who retweeted 12 of their tweets, and they've circled it in red, like, this is what you have to look out for. But yeah, that's in the same area as if you have an anime avatar and pronoun preference in your bio. I think you're one of them. So
they also tweeted a couple of photos of Vanilla Ice's nipples with the caption, "Very evident scarring. This is just a nipple."
Hey, long time no see, shithead. Yeah, they have an incredible amount of just weird, random guy celebrities' nipples on this account.
This entire account seemingly is.
Enjoy your dinner, you fucking piece of shit.
Just
bad.
Good.
Hey, man.
It's just random genitalia with claims.
Yep.
The news.
Hey,
And like nipples with claims.
look at somebody's genital outlines and then let me tell you that it's exactly the opposite of what you think.
The nice thing about that is that bitch thinks that I'm cis.
Right, because if somebody tells you that they're trans, they ain't.
They're lying.
That crafty Jenner.
Pretty cool.
That's the trick. That's the trick.
That's right. And what they're gaining from it is
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. God, there's so much energy going into just absolutely nothing.
Yeah, so we were talking earlier about like, hey, if you tweet more than like 2 times a week, you're probably doing it wrong. This person tweets like 10 times a day. So you can't do it much more wrong than this person is doing.
I kind of feel like I found a tweet from this person that might have named our episode, so I'm sending it to you right now.
Okay. Yes, please send me this tweet. Please name our episode.
It's kind of long, but it's good.
Hold on a second.
Mm-hmm.
Here, let me get it for you. Enjoy. Enjoy, shithead.
I'm doing it.
Oh. It's supposed to be sour, and it's just bad.
It's very bad.
Put the whole thing in your
I
mouth.
will.
What is?
I need this after my
Put
cleaning.
the whole thing in your mouth.
No, watch down.
That's what they say.
Fuck yeah! Woo!
Yeah, that is probably the title of the episode. It's pretty good.
That's my whole entire shit.
A blind man can see through these whores. Woo!
It's a good thing to have.
Fuck. Incredible. Well, I think we're coming up on the end of our
I'll leave some. I'll leave some.
incredible podcast.
It is an incredible. Oh shit! Fuck. That's so much. Fuck.
I like this ASMR of you pouring a lot of tequila.
Is she doing step 10?
I like it.
I mean, I'm about to have finished off a whole bottle of wine over this podcast, so that's fine.
Yeah. Make sure we got some. Oh yeah. There's plenty in there.
Great.
I like the aesthetics of a ceramic bottle, but I don't like that I can't see how much is left in the bottle.
Yeah, it is a little bit shitty. Like, you can't really feel it the way you do.
It feels like a lot, but it might also be a heavy bottle. Either way, there will be some.
Oh. Enjoy that tall boy.
Dirty beers for dirty girls.
Very
100% cis.
100% cis. Dirty beers for dirty girls.
What's
Hell
the
yeah.
dirty beer?
Oh, it's Rainier. It's the good one.
I have to say, since you made me try, or I wanted to try, I tried.
I made you try. We shared a Rainier.
Rainiers are beautiful.
Since we shared a Rainier down here, I prefer Rainiers to PBR, and also I feel like they're having I'm not sensitive to Rainier popularity generally, but I feel like they're having a bit of a renaissance right now. Like everywhere I go, people are getting Rainiers.
I think it's because Pabst was popular like a decade ago, like really popular. And now Rainier is like the other choice, so it's sort of cycling in a little bit.
Maybe.
But also, it tastes better. Like it
Yeah.
isn't as weird and skunky. It's like when there was some point I remember as a kid, my like parents or like my like adoptive older brother drinking Heineken and being like, oh, this is really good. And then I got older and tried Heineken and it was like, this is terrible. Like this is the skunkiest, grungiest beer I've ever had. And like I feel like we're moving out of the Pabst stuff and into like Rainier and like Montucky and some of that stuff. So
I haven't had that, but I do think that's a good way to compare the two. PBR is just very like even though it's considered just kind of like a more plain beer to have, there's still like a definite taste and a definite smell. And if I'm drinking a PBR, it's because I don't want to be drinking like a liquor or a cocktail, and I'm like probably trying to take a break from liquors or cocktails, but I also still want to be drinking, but I don't want to feel like I'm drinking. So you might as well do a Rainier that like
PBR feels like what you drink when you want to also have coffee or something and you want to feel like you're having like a sparkling water.
That's bread.
That's also bread.
Yeah. It's still very
I think it's
heavy for me.
Right before you kick out the chair.
Natalie says that Rainier is the beer you want right before you kick out the chair. I don't disagree with that, I suppose.
Yeah. Yes.
All right, that was good. Now, kick out the chair. Hey, I am killing myself tomorrow. So.
Tomorrow. Demonetize immediately.
Demonetize immediately. Yeah, they got their robots watching this. Don't worry about it.
Oh God.
All right. Well, I guess that's one bottle of wine gone.
Yeah. How was it? How was your bottle of wine?
Tasted like $4. Thank you.
I once bought a $3 bottle of wine, or two $3 bottles of wine.
You bought 2 $3 bottles of wine. That's good already.
With a friend, and we each had a bottle of $3 wine to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And then I spent the next day hungover as I have ever been in my. It was the most hungover I had ever been in my entire life. Mm-hmm. And
after the amount of fucking tequila we had, that's the most hungover you've ever been.
Yes. Still, yes. That is the most hungover I had ever been. Because I remember viscerally the next day, none of it felt real. And we went to a Rite Aid, and we both destroyed the Rite Aid bathroom.
Fuck.
And then we left. After I bought a really
you.
sick pair of sunglasses, and then we left.
Speaking of sick sunglasses, you're going to buy those sunglasses that Kurt sent you?
Yes.
Because I want to see it.
I'm going to buy them.
Actually, I also want my dad to buy them and wear them with that shirt because it's gonna be fucking sick.
Do you think if they just like showed up at his house, do you think he'd be like, oh?
If you got 2 pairs and we brought a pair down there, I guarantee you I could use sun magic to make it happen.
Okay, good. Sun magic is really all I rely on in these times. Oh, also, we totally don't have time for me to talk about this, but I downloaded the CoStar app and it's fucking brutal. So mean.
Wait, what? You need to explain this a little bit. We have like 5 minutes on the recording. What is the
Okay.
CoStar app?
Do Kurt and Natalie know what you're talking about when you say the CoStar app? Do they
Have you ever heard of the CoStar app?
No.
You dropped some.
I'm having it.
Okay, they have no idea.
Okay, the CoStar app is a horoscope app.
Okay.
So you put in your birthday and your birth time.
Okay, it's a horoscope app. Don't worry.
Oh.
But
CoStar.
this is the app that you need if you are into getting verbally assaulted because it is so mean. This app is so mean.
Wait, so
Like,
this is a mean horoscope app?
I don't think it sets out to be. Like, it gives you horoscopes. But for example, on the day that my cat died, my horoscope on this app was, you're looking for tragedy.
Okay. All right.
That was mine on that day. And it continues every day to be like, here we go. I'll just read mine today because it's continually mean. It's just like kind of verbally abusive in a fun way.
Verbally abusive in a fun way might say a lot about you, but that's fine.
Okay. Well, fuck you, but also you're not wrong, but also fuck you. But here's mine for today. Your heart is full of dents. Continuing. Are you trying to be everything for everyone? Today, nothing makes sense. You overanalyze everything they say. Every little pause in their speech feels like a sign of disinterest. It's a very aggressively negative horoscope. I feel like every time I open this app, it's like, here's the bad in your day, so you can look for it. I'm curious if you download this to see what yours is.
Okay. I'm entering my username.
Good. Add me as a friend so we can see each other.
Okay. Let's see. If there's any hackers out there, I'm using my usual password, so if you need to get in here. Oh, whoops. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Wow, they make you can only add friends from your contacts or from Facebook. And if you have to add them by username, you have to pay for it.
Interesting.
That's fun.
Birth time. I think it was like 7 p.m. or something. We talked about this when we were in Alaska. I feel like that's more or less what it was.
Damn, you got some mad helicopter action.
Yeah, there's always a lot of helicopter action out here.
They're after me.
Wait, do I have other people using this shit?
Are you connecting it to Facebook or something?
It's just looking at my, my people.
Contacts? Because it's suggested to me to add Nick.
Oh, yeah? I bet Nick uses it. What's your username on here?
It is
For everybody to know.
just at Inoue.
Okay. You're a Leo. I know that now. All right.
A cusp Leo. I feel like that's important.
Oh my God. Whatever.
Hey,
It's fine.
I won't take any Leo slander.
Okay, so I'm going to a chart. So where would you suggest I go?
On your chart?
I'm going to updates. Today it says under the light bulb, consider how you'll live the rest of your life. I'm doing that. Okay. Power in thinking and creativity and self. That's like my everyday. That doesn't matter. Trouble with routine, spirituality, social life, and sex and love. That's my everyday. Who cares? Today you're scared of lightness. I don't know what the fuck that means. You want to be understood. I don't. I want to play Diablo 2. Yet you tie a passive bow around the truth. It's time to adjust. Sometimes the best understanding comes from your chest and your stomach. I had buffalo chicken macaroni and cheese made by a place advertising Shark Week. I don't know if I believe in that.
Yeah.
Your main challenge right now is to reevaluate your priorities so that your emotional intentions align with your more serious responsibilities. This is not your breaking point, but a return to the source of your pain, which is also the source of your power. I don't know what that means. Also, it has an image at the bottom that kind of looks like a ball sack. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, they do that sometimes.
Worrying about it?
Okay, self-respect. Jupiter is stimulating you right now. This means you are able to be completely open. Do you want to ask me any questions? Because I guess I'm completely open.
You're completely open.
Creative flow, your default communication style is asking many questions. It's a podcast, don't worry about it. Social anxiety, you are compelled to challenge old philosophies. Saturn is a disciplinarian. It determines how you deal with reality. Don't be greedy. You can't have it all at once. Okay. I do feel like I have it all at once. Okay, we have to stop this podcast. I will get deeper into this and we'll talk about it next week. But right now, I don't know if this is immediately conforming to anything that's useful.
I think what's best is that you have a week's worth of experience with this app, because the first day I downloaded it, because my friend was like, "Oh, you have to download this, it'll be fun." I downloaded it and it said like things to me that were like, "Okay, yeah, sure, whatever." And then the next couple of days it got real fucking mean to me, really fast.
Okay, I'm excited to have a mean horoscope app. So this is my pledge. Over the next week before the next podcast, I will check it every day. And I will, you will get your update on what this app says about me. And what's the app called again?
CoStar. I think we're both incredibly late to this app. I think this has been an app for a long time, but who cares? It's important to me now, and if I get anything on mine that's incredibly mean, I will also be sending it your way so that you see the proof.
Okay. All right. So look forward to next episode. We're gonna touch on this CoStar app. Download it yourself if you want to find out what it's all about. Don't pay for anything. If it asks you for money, tell it to go fuck itself.
Please.
Okay. Well, I think this has been a podcast because I drank a whole bottle of wine and I'm done.
Yeah, I'm also done. So, like, be gone thoughts, I guess.
Yeah. But Jabbers and McClunky, you got to go check on Jenny because I don't know if she's still alive.
Yeah, me too.